Hi everyone! So today I'm finally doing my lesson number 2 of French, and I'm sorry that I've been quite long before doing it, but I've been extremely busy with school, and actually I should be right now studying, but I kind of don't want to be studying, so that's why I'm not. But anyway, so I know lots of you requested that I would do a video about French slang, but actually I don't really know what could be considered as such, and I don't think it's really useful if you don't really know how to speak French. So probably for the third or maybe the fourth video it's gonna be around that, but I thought that for the second video it would be quite useful to probably introduce you to the pronouns and to the two very important verbs, which are to be and to have, because it's quite different. Well, it's radically different from English, so maybe they would be a good start, probably. So the pronouns are quite easy. There are a few things that are different from the English ones, and I'm just going to cover them all with you. Yeah. So the first one, I, in French would be je, and no real difficulty right here. Just remember, it's something that most foreign people don't really know when they start learning French, which sometimes can lead to some mistakes, which are not really like big mistakes, but it's always good, you know, to be perfect or almost perfect. Je in front of a word, whatever it is that begins by a vowel, will turn into je, not je. So remember that. The second pronoun, you, is the first difficulty and the first big difference between French and English. In English, to express you, basically you just have you, no matter who you're talking to, it's gonna be you. In French it's really different. Tu is for one person that you are quite familiar with. Okay, so next is he, which is il, and she, which is elle. And there comes another difference. In French we have two ways to express oui. One which is more used on the written form, which I'm going to talk about later, and one that we use when we are speaking, basically. So the one we use when we're speaking is un. It is in the same kind of group as he and she, il and elle, but it means we. Okay? So next, we in French would be nous. Nous. So once again, you can see that the S at the end is silent. Don't know why, just like that. French language, weird. But yeah, nous is never really used when we're speaking, probably by some people, but it sounds kind of posh and, you know, very old-fashioned, which, well, is not really a bad thing anyway. But if you want to sound natural and native, you probably don't want to use nous. Anyway, when you're writing, it's better to use nous. Okay, it sounds more polite. Then you, for the plural form, is vous. Vous. So just like nous, the S at the end is silent, as you can see. And vous is used when you're talking to several people. And also, it is used when you're talking to someone that you pay respect to or that you don't really know. For example, if I'm meeting someone in the street and I want to ask for direction, I'm not gonna use tu. Oh, I could, but it's not polite. I'm gonna use vous. Okay? So it's a bit tricky, I guess, at the beginning, but it's quite simple, in fact. Just have to get used to the idea. And then we have they. So in French, we do not have a single pronoun that would, you know, cover as well the male and the female. We have il and elle, and you see that this is a plural. At the end we have the s, that you know is a mark of plural in French. Once again, it is silent, so it's basically the same sound as the il and elle that we saw before, but the verb's gonna be different, so that's how you can see and hear that it is not you know, just one person, that it's a plural. So yeah, if you learn that by heart, you should be quite you should be able to use it quite quickly. It's kind of easy, really, just few differences with English, but nothing really dramatically different, okay? So then there are two very important verbs in every language, I would say, which are to be and to have, to be being most important. So To be in French is être, être, and I'm pretty sure that I've lost some of you already with the very difficult R, but you just have to practice, okay? Être. And the conjugation is pretty simple, I would say. So I'm just gonna read it to you. You don't need to know anything about it, just have to learn it by heart, sorry. So I'm just gonna read it so that you know how to pronounce it. So for je, it is je suis, je suis. Once again, the S is silent. I think you're getting it now, okay? Tu es, tu es. So there's no accent or anything on the E. It's basically just the, I would say, E plus S often makes the sound E. So, tu es. And then, ils, elles, ont just have the same form, so it's really easy. Ils, elles, ont, et. So, don't forget that in French, if you want to say on et, you're not going to say on est, you're going to say on est. It's important to link the two words because otherwise it sounds very weird. So on est, il, elle, on est. So it's the same sound as for tu, but you can see that the writing is pretty different. And for nous, nous sommes, nous sommes. So once again, silent S. And for vous, it is vous êtes, vous êtes. Once again, silent S. And for the last pronouns, it is ils, elles, sont, sont, sont. So obviously, once again, you can see that the T is silent at the end. These are all you need to learn by heart if you want to express a state of a state, basically, to be happy, to be cold, to be, not to be cold, sorry, to be happy, to be sick or whatever, to be French, to be English, to be a girl, whatever you want to say. And then there is the verb to have, which is pretty simple. And for the first pronoun, it's really nice because I'm gonna be able to give you an example of what I meant with je turning into je. So it's not je ai, which would be, if you hear it, a completely different verb. It's j'ai. So because a is a vowel, je turn into j, j, I would say, j. Then for tu as, once again, silent S. Ils, elles, on, a. Pretty simple, this one, right? It's just a, so it's really cool. Nous avons. Once again, very important to link the two words. Nous avons, not nous avons. Nous avons, and once again, a silent S at the end. Vous avez, once again, the link, and the Z is silent at the end. And E plus Z makes the sound E. Ils, elles, ont. Once again, you link. And yeah, it's pretty simple. It's things you have to learn by heart. No magic trick. For whatever language you want to learn, there are things you must learn by heart, even though it's not really pleasant, I guess. I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching it once again. And, let me know what you would like to see for the third video. And I'm sorry that it was so long before posting this video, but you know, sometimes you get busy with life, basically. So I hope you're all doing very good, guys, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!